All right, time to time to be an idiot for a bit. We're gonna go back to the 2000s because the 2016 start is very broken, so it's not very good. Let's see, Iran. There it is. We're gonna do the unexpected. Bring up Iran. Try to do what should have been done, and expand west into this pocket of garbage that is this entire area. Did get some custom rules just to make the gameplay interesting. Not very broken either. Two big players, major powers are default settings. They're not really going to stray from much. Well, besides the US, they have a lot of options, but it should be fine. Achievements don't really work. This is a lie, but let's go. And everything should be, yeah, should be fine. Well, let's see what happens. Hopefully no crashes, nothing weird. Not like the last time I played, and I had to end the episode quickly just because it crashed right away. So hopefully it's a bit more stable this time. Hopefully we can actually make it to, like, I don't know, the 2020 or something. Make it a bit more modern. But it's gonna take a while, and I don't think I'm gonna play this again. I'll save the match, I guess. Come back to it at some point. But yeah, game should be loud enough. Music, not too much, because it's kind of annoying. I'll try to look at the music selection. Honestly, it's just worth following the wise words of Chud and just, you know, nothing ever happens, and nothing will ever happen. It's like I say, Geopolitics is it's a show. It's a theater play. It's fun if you treat it that way. Alright, let's see. Dismantle factions. Because in this game, in this mod, they're pretty shit. Revoke guarantees, because they're pretty shit. And that's it. They don't have any voice lines. Okay. No Iranian sound voices. Okay, let's see. I'm just gonna go one by one here. Ah, my bad. I had to do something. No, but what I meant was, if you're expecting a nuclear war or a big engagement, I mean, be honest, Ukraine and Russia is the baby shit, essentially. I mean, yeah, people die. The poor Ukrainian men were just sent to slaughter for the interests of, money laundering and rich people, but it's not gonna end the world. It's not gonna drag us into a big war. There won't be a World War III. There won't be any major event. Because there's no point. Nobody wins. Yeah, that's the most you'll see. It's economic, social, and I guess just this basic stupidity. Because if you go nuclear war, there's nobody to rob money from. There's nobody to dumb down or control. So we're not playing nationalist or fascist. We're not playing monarchist. We're gonna go a little bit. What would you say Iran is? I would say it's just a Muslim republic. I mean, it is the Islamic Republic of Iran, but I don't know the exact government of Iran. It's also the shortest, I think, path. Not a big fan of that. But we're gonna do it anyway. Support the Islamic Revolution. Personally, I don't care about Islam like that. I mean, I think they're fine. It's just one of those things where they should probably just stay in their area. Where, their culture and their beliefs are widespread. This is Novum Vexillum. It's not fully modded, it's got a little bit of stuff. So you don't have to worry about that. I'm gonna go by an hour just to let things play out a bit. But yeah, Bush is an idiot. I'm not gonna lie to you. Everybody knows Dick Cheney and all them people were the real masterminds. We're gonna keep fundamentalism, I suppose. Is he still alive? Anyway. We're all doing fine here. Unemployment crisis. Islamic Revolution. I don't know why I tongue-tied on that. Depression. Political crisis. That's all gonna go away as soon as we do our stuff. I'm gonna focus on getting to a certain point here. I don't know if I'm completing. I'm not doing this word. I don't know if that's censored by YouTube standards, but I think I played a bit of Iran before, and I went down this path too. So I think I know what to do. Is the AI gonna be willing to let me do it? I don't know if I should. Well, we're already Islamic, so I can probably just go down to these. Hopefully Russia's still, good and not a Soviet second coming. But I think we'll go down to these two and then keep going down an economic path. There's no point if we're not economically and militarily strong. You can go away, that's cheats and stuff. I'm not going to be changing capitals anytime soon. I'm not going to join the EU. You know damn well what I'm going to pick on that. And everything else, I don't really need. This can go away. No. There's no factories. Iran starts pretty badly, actually. Well, let's see. We've got decent stuff. Entry. Stuff I'd like to have Rangers. for desert operations. No radio. I think that's the weirdest part. I'm gonna be using a lot of well, pickup trucks and light raiding vehicles, which is just Humvees and whatnot. Or, you know, just a Nissan pickup or some shit. They got rid of the model. Because I don't think we'll get much production early on with light mechanized. And that sucks because it also locks us out of special forces in this mod. Unfortunately. This mod is not perfect, but it's the best one that I've played as far as modern day goes. It's got some dumbass decisions, but you know, I applaud the dev team for doing what they did at least. You know, we're using Cold War era shit. I don't know why we have the 2000s light tank stuff. We're not gonna use tanks, we're not gonna use anything so far. We're not gonna use boats or anything. Maybe have some patrol stuff to like... We'll have submarines and like defense fleet or something. As far as planes go, I think we're out of luck. Again, it's a lot of production, but not a lot of factories, not a lot of anything that we can work with. So we have to manage our stuff very clearly. And unlike what they tell you, I mean, there's no WMDs. There never were, and there probably won't be. But that's not my discussion for today. A lot of production stuff going would be nice. So let's start getting all this done. We won't have any planes, so I think we might have to buy them. Or just use the 80s attack jets. Or go for UAVs and helicopters. Even though they have garbage range. But anyway, let's get the chassis. That'll be your only ground vehicle for a long time. Need factories. We're gonna start putting these all down. What was the button? Shift, I think. There's a weird texture bug down here. I don't know what that's about. Get as many as we can. Not worried about. We have 8. It's good enough for me. There's no naval stuff here yet. I mean, I could check on this too. Yeah, there's some stuff for that, and that, and that. Something looks off. Just be me. We'll worry about that when we have actual factories. As far as oil goes, 100k capacity, and we're making a bit. Let's see. Some of these icons are off. I don't know what that's about. So. We've got quite a bit of resources, actually. A lot of oil, which is very important. We're not going to use much. Obviously, though, we don't have many ground vehicles as it is. So it's going to be quite a bit of infantry up until maybe 5-6 years from now. So let's just keep putting in industry, and then railways. What I'm gonna do is just cover the entirety of our borders and whatnot. That's where most of the stuff's gonna happen. This track is not that bad. I play without music, but this track right now is pretty good. Hopefully the US doesn't go down a boring path like the usual suspects, you know? A more historical path, which would be the most boring thing to do. I like having dynamic I guess, sessions. Also like connecting railways, even though it's kind of stupid. I think that's connected. I wish there was a... I wish there was. I swear I've seen it before. A mod or something to automatically place railways. Could have sworn it was a thing before. Might have been a different Paradox game. I'm not so sure anymore. But I think that's fine. Everything else doesn't matter. Well, because, again, we don't have anything. We're in a big depression. Even though we're actually doing pretty good on, I guess, what would be stock market, GDP, I don't know. Gonna go with 3 for now. While I organize everything. New UNSC members, nice. Iraq's gonna die soon, probably. Yep, organize everything. Gonna be running a whole lot of infantry more than anything. Man, having not a single bit of dialogue is kind of off-putting to me sometimes. Who do we have? Thorough planning, entrenchment, offensive doctrine. Organize this a little bit. Now I'm about to turn off the fan because it's blowing in my ear. Desert Fox. I'll change him up in a bit. Yeah, urban specialist is fine. Everything nice and neat, as it should be. Yep. Forgot to check on the most important part, which is divisions. Start making shit as well. Nice, I guess. It's starting. We have trains. I don't think we'll need more. For now. Get some artillery going as well. I'm not going to use any of this. Probably going to sell all the tanks and whatnot that I have. Well, I won't sell tanks. I'll sell light vehicles. Any planes we can start making? That's a naval missile and that's a anti-air stuff. Kind of sucks. Yep, thank you. Wow, this is terrible. I'll make my own designs and whatnot. There's no point in making it all right now. With this, we're not really spending much on anything. Alright. No factories to be able to stick with production. Which kind of sucks. Yep, we got nothing to trade. Well, that's fine. Oh, right. Naval stuff. Nuclear submarines. That's cool. Stick with it, I guess. Nice. Autosave. Right on cue. Stick with that for now. Divisions. Here we go. Put all that at that. And save my game in case there's a crash while I go turn off my fan. I know it's hot, but not for me. But I think I hate having a fan on my face. Just goes in my ear and it hurts. Right. Should have thought about this a little bit more. Revolutionary militia, that's going to be more of a garrison type of thing. Infantry brigade. I'd like regular infantry, to be honest. Although I think at this game, yeah, their actual infantry doesn't really exist. Just militia, which I think is a big shame. What if I do that? Would we have? Yeah, we do. So just do that then. Then we'll go to infantry brigade. Yes. We'll have to buy stuff. We don't have factories. We can't buy. Never mind. That sucks. Got a whole Star Wars sounding track in the background. Could consolidate, but not really. Just putting them on the borders. I think that'll be fine. As a deterrent of sorts. And we have enough, so. Enough troops to go around. All good then, I suppose. I don't like how it pauses. I just want to do this real quick. Although it shouldn't be that bad, but, you know, just in case. There's like a little loud sound effect or something like that. Spacebar still works. Sometimes it doesn't pause, sometimes it does. And I don't know what it is. Minimap can stay. It's fine by me. We're not gonna get into a battle or anything anytime soon. Almost forgot about that. Well, we got some sort of Arabian Nights in the background. I don't know what the hell this is. Well, we have planes. We have some semblance of a navy. Consolidate that. We can sell these planes. While we kind of wait for stuff to happen in the world. I think Iraq is gearing up. I don't think they'll attack. That's not in the script. You know, the history script. International market. Don't have much access, unfortunately. There we go, starting to get some semblance of order around here. Getting enough political power? Actually, not really. We have enough, we're just not making enough. We've got high taxes too. Or not. Decay from taxes. I don't see why we'd be decaying. And it's not any of this. Odd, I guess. Can't get rid of much. Have to keep waiting on political power. None of this really means much right now. We can justify. So that's fine. Let's see. We don't have the peace one that lets you puppet stuff right away. I'm not gonna block the strait, honestly. I want to do that once we're at a world power stage, probably. Obviously, there's only one choice. Here, I don't know what China's gonna do. And to be honest with you, I really don't care. But, we're gonna go to People's Republic of China. We're in the mindset that we're Iran right now. So we gotta play into that a little bit. I don't want to lose political power gain right away. Public news offices or whatever is useful. Get some stability. Yeah, we're doing pretty bad, huh? Again with the 0 factories. It's all about that depression, too. What's going on here? Indonesia is considered a major power, apparently. That's surprising. In the 2000s, no less. Bunch of dumbass African little wars. They depict this one pretty kinda accurately. Although it's not, it's the best they could do within the engine. Nice. We're on script. This is the best they could do with the engine, I guess. There's not really like a mechanic for guerrilla fighting and stuff like that. But that's wrong. It's not accurate. That's one of the problems I have with the mod. It's kind of like odd sometimes. Like obviously the US and everything, like Russia and whatnot, is accurate to a certain point. Then they go off script and it's like, well, did you really try researching what you're actually trying to do? I think that's one of the issues, and that's kind of why I hated when I found out they were actually doing different people, doing different regions, instead of having a dedicated team working on the whole thing. That's one of the things that made Katawa Shoujo be a terrible game halfway through. Because they had different people doing different storylines for different routes. And what that did is make certain routes better than the other ones. And some were just of the worst, absolute worst quality. To the point where certain heroines in that game were just like hated to a certain point. Because they were just so badly written. And it's no fault of the character itself. They were pretty cool. I liked every character in that. But it just became a drag to read through some of it. There's like, I want to say 6 different routes in that game. Or 6 different girls you can go for, or endings or whatever. Only like 2 were actually good. Because of, you know, what we were talking about. Well, Iraq's having fun. With the way this mod goes, not for long. Well, actually, with the way they're going, with it, the way the mod is, they'll probably just push the US out instantly. It was better before, when they still had a US base right here. Or I think it's right here or something. I don't know, maybe they just forgot that the US basically just controls Kuwait. Could have given them more than just military access. I don't know, it's just stupid. But now, I can start moving stuff around. Get rid of corruption. Or do something else. Yeah, let's weed out corruption right away. Get that out of the way. Would I have done that if I do stuff like this? No. This doesn't really affect anything. So yeah, we're just gonna go down the economic path. Importance of national power. Solution to the embargo. Let's see. A lot of political power. This gives monthly population and factory stuff. Actually, it's kind of the same thing. It's just one is more. This one gives more, actually. Add airbase, UAV models, tungsten, or rubber, and anti-air. The only thing good here is the tungsten. And let's see. Well, here it is. We don't have any tungsten. We have some rubber. We could probably make more. Nice. Autosave always takes a year to autosave. I'm not gonna promise peace. Because essentially at some point, we don't want peace. We want problem. Which is why... Well, that's no good. I don't really want to add on to taxation just yet. And we'll save some political power. Maybe add an advisor or something. That doesn't look so bad. That doesn't look so bad. That looks even better. We'll rock with the political affairs minister. So yeah, this is gonna be another one of those relaxing gameplays where I just try to go as far as I can. Hopefully not too long. I don't want to be here all night, but as long as time allows. What is this? First time I hear a voice tracking this. Not much happening, really. It's just a waiting game. That's how early game is, anyway. In a lot of 4X or strategy games overall. Yo, well, I know this song. Should have known because of the name. It's got to be a rendition of sorts, but it's fine. Are they still training in my border? No. Well, that's cute. They're going to be pushed out immediately because the event gives a US alpha right away. Not that it's going to help the US in this mod. In fact, I'd say it's a waste to even play the US and do Iraq invasion. Getting a lot of political power. I like that because we're not, well, 50% or 0.50 is not that bad. Well, this is ahistorical as hell. You know damn well they'd never actually do that. Poor Lebanon. Eating shit. Before and recently. Right, we have market access. Palestine isn't really any better, to be honest. I could have sworn Hamas was a thing in this game, in this mod. I swear I've seen it. I know these dumbasses are here, but Jordan isn't any better. Anything happening in this corner of the world? Bill Clinton is still on there. That is highly disappointing, to be honest with you. It's just boring. If I wanted to play historically, I'd, put everything to historic options. I think Russia is the only one I left default. Just so I can have a bit more of a roleplay type situation in this part of the world. Well, they got a lot to cover. They want to do stuff. China can do whatever the hell China does. I've actually never seen Chairman Jinping in this shit. I don't think my matches really go that far up until he's elected. Or instated, or initiated, or forcibly put on in their sham of a election. No revolution yet. Could care less about South Korea. Me liking their games industry is one thing, but as a whole, the country is not really noteworthy. Outside of being like a U.S. puppet, essentially. And we're just gonna sit here, I guess. Keep waiting on like industry, something to do. So while we're at it, just start researching industry and like tech, I guess. I don't need reliability. Kind of a useless stat in my opinion, as long as it's not too low. It'll be fine. Right, can't get any more. Yeah, no point in army experience either, right now. I mean, I guess. It's what we're gonna use. I do want to get some militia instead of trucks for now. It looks like we have them. No, we don't. The hell am I talking about? Why did I think we were fine? We need artillery, too. Yeah, those are good stats. I don't dislike that. And I totally passed by this. Oh, nice. We're actually getting more people. Or to be hated by Russia? Because I think that would be a pretty good market. Well, I'll deal with that when the time comes. Research speed. Yes. Now, where was I? There we go. Sell equipment. I can sell all of this. I wish there was a button to sell everything quickly, so I don't have to do this all the time. We're gonna focus on pickup trucks, technicals, and at some point tanks. So I'm not gonna sell the ones I have just in case. And I'm gonna make my own planes, my own cheap, maybe even just UAVs or helicopters. I don't plan on bombing outside of the Middle East. So yeah, all this has to go. Am I gonna debase myself? Not really, so just add that. People buy up planes in this game pretty quickly. Yeah, Pakistan is alright. Won't really say anything else, but if you had made me choose between these two, I think it's kind of obvious which one I would pick. Also, in the spirit of roleplay, I think it just makes more sense to pick a ally ideologically, anyway. The Sudan. Don't they die eventually? Because Egypt always just goes to like a unification route. Forcibly. Oh, fundamentalist. Don't mind if I do. I think it's good enough to start making relations with world powers as we build up. So it's a necessary evil. I don't exactly like China, but I don't exactly hate it in a geopolitical sense. If anything, they're smart. You'd probably die living in there of starvation or chemical poisoning, or maybe some foam building collapses on you and you die, but government-wise, they know what they're doing, so... Right, so I can start doing this. Yeah, modify that. Get the hell... Get that economic depression, all that out of here. Okay. I swear, the biggest letdown in this mod is the Asian or the Japanese focus tree. They just got rid of all the fun stuff and made it into a whole like story time scripted event stuff. Like Korea is just boring and a hassle to play with. Especially because there's only like a couple actual government routes you can go through. There's no fastest route. And the nationalistic one is like kind of boring, I guess, from what I played. We need stability. We're doing pretty good on political power, actually. So we're starting to gain per day, yeah. But we need stability. Economist. Research speed wouldn't be so bad. Nuclear engineer, we don't have any nuclear power yet. It's a more modern thing. We're not gonna do volunteers. That depends on how many fundamentalist or, you know, Islamic countries are out there. Beer manufacturer, I think that's pretty good. We'll get the Minister of the Logistics at some point, but let's go for commerce right now. And while nothing happens, I'll look at my phone for a bit. I'm not using a model or anything right now. Let's just... I don't know. It would kind of obscure the screen a little bit. I don't want to do that too much. It's also a lazy day today. The Republic of China. Interesting. Choice by the Vatican. Don't know where that is, so... Might as well grab that for now. Yep, gonna get this, and then... I can skip on all this stuff. For now, it's not really that important. But everything looks good. Yeah, pretty much. Ministry of Energy, oil, steel, aluminum. Sorry, aluminium. Or infrastructure, railways, stuff like that. I really don't care about railways right now. And look, we're finally building stuff. Yeah, separate 2 for construction, you never know. Or repairs. I mean, you never know. You're still losing. Decay from taxes. What taxes? We've got moderate taxes. We're not losing anything. But why are we losing because of a growing economy? Switzerland joins the UN. I would have guessed they'd be in the UN. Or did they leave? I don't know. Oh, that sucks. Alright. Russia is doing what Russia does. They decided to puppet Groznygrad. Interesting choice. Any happenings in the war? Or wars? Not really. Oh, the Spanish are doing their dumbass union. Which I don't think they actually did. I don't remember Spain ever being a part of anything. Especially not wars in, like, Africa. But they've got the first big alliance. The only one. Yeah, pretty much. And I think they fixed it somehow to where they can actually move in and actually attack. Oh, that sucks. Up here, because they can't pass, because the Congo's in the way. So I think at some point they can invite the Congo. Which, oh, China. China wants more BTRs. Good for them. Yeah, Spain hasn't really done much of anything after World War II. And even in World War II, they didn't actually do much of anything. Coup in the United Arab Emirates. That's what I like to see. Isn't that the dude from Key and Peele? I don't know which one's which, but it's one of those two. Anyway. What a tranquil soundtrack. Alright, Ministry of Energy, let's go. Might as well get this so I can start getting the other stuff out of the way. Council of Ministers, Recycling Centers, Steel Production, Aluminium, Drill and Oil. Oh man, isn't Geopolitics fun? I actually enjoy this game because of that aspect and some of the role-playing, even though the mod isn't perfect, but if anything, I would like a Paradox game in this engine or style in the modern world. That'd be great. They're not gonna do it, obviously. You gotta be a big pussy to nowadays, but I can always live up my fantasies of correcting the wrongs in this region. Man, Iraq has a bunch of fucking troops. They have a lot of tanks, too. Kurdistan is useless as always. They're guaranteed still. I think that's a decision the US can do. Sudan, that's fine. Well. Where did I even put the chat on? I think it's on the left. I haven't actually looked at that. But anyway. We're going at 4 times the speed, and it's still not much happening. We got about 9 months until a big major event happening. And even then, I don't think much is going to actually happen. I'd be surprised if the US can actually invade Iraq in this mod. Much less take out Afghanistan. I still think it's really stupid how they got rid of the automatic invasion of Afghanistan in the mod. Because it makes me still wonder, how the hell do they expect the US to actually get in here if there's no route in? They can't even go through Pakistan, I don't think. I think they had access. Could just be me bugging right now. But they can go through Kuwait, fine. They just can't attack through it, which, again, is a big flaw design right there. Because I'm pretty sure the real US didn't actually give a damn, or a slight two shits about those types of game rules. I'm gonna save political power, I suppose. What a massively... I know this is probably French, but it's a very massively British sounding track. Man, China really wants BTRs. I don't think I even have that many, or had that many. I gotta check on the deliveries. Get the dockyards out of the way. They don't take that long, so I don't care. And get some convoys while we're at it. Yeah, we're selling a bunch of stuff to China, Pakistan, Sudan. Doing pretty good. Yeah, we have 10 factories. That's nothing. Alright, the Kuomintang splits in two. The hell are they doing in Taiwan? Not that I care. They can collapse for all I care. Maybe that'd give AMD and, well, it's just Nvidia that has like a big ass monopoly worldwide on, you know, chipsets and graphics cards. Oh, nobody does anything about that is beyond me. I mean, isn't it odd that a lot of the world's like chips and whatnot are made here, and like the two biggest, if not the only, what do you call it? Graphics card makers in the world are based off here, and not only that, they're related through their CEOs. Nobody finds that suspicious on a monopoly corporate level. But that's just me, you know? Not that I like China any better, but at least China lies to your face. And then they're honest about it when they stab you in the back, but, you know? I'm just yapping. There's nothing for me to do, you know? But yeah, I love Nova and Vexel. This is like the second time I play Iran. I played it with a friend. Well, I played it with my brother. We played some co-op or whatever. I forgot what he was playing, but it was fun. I didn't get too far. Do I really care about this? Not really. I want to lower taxes, so I'll wait on that. I want to make Iran great again. Like Trump said, only he kind of went about it in the wrong way. Yeah, at some point I want to check out some of the other paths. I think that'll be pretty interesting. This is just democratic, I think. But it's the longest one. Well, that's a losing battle. I think we're good. We can get rid of unemployment, finally. Still have the Islamic Revolution, unfortunately. And we're rooting out corruption. Yeah, we'll be fine. And I wanted to get a convoy going. Yeah, that's something I'd have to... Another something I'd have to take away from the mod is just the lack of options sometimes. Like this generic tree, I think it's... I'm not using the expanded generic tree mod or whatever. I think this is the base one. But it's pretty good. It's really good, actually. Compared to other countries that have dedicated trees. The hell is that? Revolutionary People's Republic of China. Well, if they weren't communist before, they're fully communist now. I guess there's still a Mao-style capitalistic socialism of whatever sorts. Because I think people forget, China is not communist per se. It's its own branch, borrowing from certain capitalistic ideas, I guess. Yeah, pretty much Mao-style communism, socialism. Didn't really do him any good, though, but who am I to judge? This is Novum Vexillum, and a couple other little mods. I don't know who was the guy that made the Battalion Limit mod, but I also have another bit of his mods, which you know, it's battle related stuff, and some of the buttons I think are different. I mean, I have like 10 mods. I'd have to go back and check, but it's like enhanced battle AI, placement and stuff like that, battalion limit, you know, stuff to make it a bit more dynamic and not very predictable. But yeah, the CCP is kind of like become its own entity. I think I talked about that earlier. I don't exactly hate them. Like I said before, it's just more of a, you know, they know what they're doing and they're doing it pretty well. The people, on the other hand, not so much. See, you got to look at things from a geopolitical standpoint. Like I said, if you look at it as a big stage play or whatever, you know, you got to respect some of the good actors. Because at the end of the day, that's what it is, you know. I haven't actually played Millennium Dawn. I got such a terrible chat because it's so tiny. But I don't know. I like Novum Vexillum. It's just very simple enough to grasp. It's not perfect. It's got its flaws. If anything, I was more pissed off when they got rid of some of the paths for Japan, but it doesn't really matter now. Oh, we still have a few more years to keep industrializing. We can't really do much outside of that. Yeah, I think people just, I don't know, they kind of conflate what they would know as communism back in the day. Because it's not really that big of a thing. anymore. Ideologies do change, they evolve, and they get appropriated. This could have been a Lord of the Rings soundtrack. You'd have fooled me. I'm gonna say, yeah, I said I was gonna say for low taxes. That's my bad. Well, now we wait until the mythical date when the US can actually do something. Unfortunately. We can hold off on that. So let's keep going down this line. Yes, thank you. Some stability for me. Wow, China really wants my stuff. It's not even that high quality, but then again, it's China. Shit, they have enough to make their own. I don't know why they're buying for me. Yeah, it's kind of sad that Iran doesn't have any radios. So let's give them that. Yeah, I kind of prefer the modern day mods here. I mean, I love playing World War II, but there's only so many things you can do, you know, in that setting. It's like it's already scripted at some point. And by the time the war, like any big major war you play in ends, it's like, well, what do I do now? But with a modern day setting, you can kind of have many different situations happening at the same time. Yeah, the market is kind of weird. If anything, I only use it to buy weapons en masse. It's kind of what I like to do mostly. And then they'll always sell just a bunch of garbage, just like 1 or 2 planes or something. Trains are kind of useful too because they take forever to build anyway. But anything else, it's like, where's the actual good stuff? Violence against ethnic minorities. Not a lot of good choices, but we have enough actually. Lower those taxes. Make Iran a better place to live. Égalité. Still pissed off about Japan. I wish it wasn't a scripted, story-based thing, and they actually had trees to go down. I like playing fascist Japan and bringing back the empire, but I guess that's, you know, they probably went for a more quote-unquote realistic way of doing things. What a hopeful track, dude. Jesus. What, did Churchill write this? Oh, look, it's Bush. Should be a little, like, the blip here, a national spirit just saying Dick Cheney. Anything new? Not really. Useless. Who the hell? Right, I'm playing random. Nepal, who cares? Any cut off here I can like I could do this. before they actually start going crazy and maybe not do this yet. You know, I don't want to get in trouble with the world just yet. They would have to be fundamentalist, and that's not helping. Wow, okay. This isn't very good, actually. I'm pretty sure they have to be fundamentalist for you to actually be able to puppet them and do stuff. Which sucks for me. Because yeah, they have decisions where you start to like slowly turn them back to fundamentalists if they're not already. But that takes quite a bit. And we're not about to waste political power and stuff like that. Putin, my friend, not very sociable. Let's go down this path. It's the final industrial path that I can see. Why are we on that? Funny how there's no like China anything. I mean, it's probably on, yeah. Well, no. It's probably on the military. Something like import planes or something like that. Yeah, Chinese close air support. We have enough stuff. What did I need? A tungsten for artillery. There's nothing I can do with that here. I'll have to wait on that one focus tree part of the economy. I could probably just do it, actually. Get that out of the way. Resources for aircraft. Because we need artillery. Yeah, recycle. Why don't you? Infrastructure. I don't care right now. Anything interesting? Nice. Getting some factories out of the way. Yeah, I should have planes being built, but it's like, they take forever and we weren't at a good spot. As far as that goes, and we do have the F-14. I did get rid of it. I thought about it, because the attack would be cheaper, but they have a bunch of shit on it, so. It'll be the next thing I do. I want to get a couple more factories. I want to get the basics because we don't have anything. We need more trucks. And the worst thing is going to be support equipment, always. So I want to keep that going steady. Thank you, autosave. I can probably turn this down and then start working on that. What was I looking at? This. Yeah, multi-role is going to be like the end-all be-all because of the range, but I don't have that luxury right now. Oh yeah, I love range too. It's amazing what you can do when you can reach the entire hemisphere. Then you get the bombers and it's like, I can attack pretty much anywhere across the earth. But that's a pipe dream for now. It's only... Wow. Did I miss it? Did I miss the events? Am I dumb? Did we start the war on terror and I never noticed? Nice. Okay, well, I guess. And I see they haven't fixed the thing. I know it's not one of my options. Because there's no way the US can pass through Pakistan. Like I said, it used to be the US would automatically get invasion troops here. And then they would actually do the stuff. Whether they could win or not is according to them, but okay, I guess. We're just going to be in an eternal war against Al-Qaeda. But no, I do have them on, I think. I turned off Oracle AI. That's the only thing I turn off. Everything else is on. I feel like this happened last time. Maybe when I played this, but I could be wrong. Oh, man. Ethiopia gains Chinese military assistance, and they will not do anything of worth anymore. Are these idiots still haven't invited the Congo? Well, not even done with UNITA. Oh, it's Savimbi. Isn't he in Black Ops 2? That's enough messing about anyway. Let's see. I need rubber. Skimped out on that because of the path I took. And there's aluminium, or aluminum as it's referenced as both in the game here and in some of the decisions. I guess more oil would be nice. Anyway. Don't care about that right now. Research speed would be nice. We're a pretty shit country right now. What are these bagpipes? Or whatever. That should be fine for now. Still good. Oh. I can't see because the chat is in the way, so if you find me moving about like an idiot, it's just because I can't see because the chat is on this side. You can see my mouse, so you can see me moving it. Just another 100 days or so for that. Oh shit. Every 2 years or so, use the console commands to weed out countries that don't match. Yeah. I think that's one of the things that this mod is not good at, which is the game settings. When I play Road to 56, I think it might be a base game mod or thing, or it might be a Road to 56 thing, but there's an option where automatically non-ideological aligned countries can't join a faction. And then they're booted or they just quit after the war ends. If they join by, you know, focus tree or something like that. That's one of the things I hate playing this. Because it's really fucking stupid when half the world joins against you and they have nothing in common. At least with the UN, or... yeah, I guess that makes sense. Or the EU or something like that. That makes sense, but... other than that, it's stupid. For now, I mean... we'll need oil eventually. And I can actually start goofing about like an idiot, so... alright, let's see. Iraq has a bunch of tanks. You know what I mean? Save the file. This is all new, actually. Must have been like a latest update thing. You can save the file. That's useful. Uh-huh. Well, we're pretty shit. We're just a Ford pickup truck. I don't remember which one is the one they all use in the Middle East. It's like they get a bunch of imported Nissans or something like that. But, 55% is not very good. And there's no way to up reliability in this. Which kind of sucks. Some smoke on that. Whatever. Toyota, probably. It's like one of their biggest advertisers at this point. Because who doesn't know about the technicals at this point. Speed? I mean, they're probably going to be paired up with base army infantry, but I actually gotta modify some of the divisions. Sure. So let me look at that. 16 kilometers. Well, I can tone it down a little bit. Field hospital, whatever. Another con I would put to this mod is there's no unit division names or anything. Like, they didn't actually put any work into this kind of thing. And I get it, there's a lot of countries, but you could have had some generic stuff in there at least. Brigade is fine. Motorized. Also, there's no, like, infantry, which sucks for me. You have a revolutionary... Jesus, I'm stuttering out here. Guard division that has mostly technical battalions with, like, 2 mechanized, supporting 21 with. I haven't actually touched divisions right now, unfortunately. I kind of just forgot we had army experience. I think we should be fine. 800. Well, I'll wait a bit. I didn't mean to do that. Thank you, autosave. Well, what I mean is, in the mod, there's only militia. They used to have actual infantry, like many updates back, but they just got rid of them, I guess. And all we have is militia. You could just say motorized infantry is it, I guess. But, you know. I do like how when they put technicals in, they actually had motorized militia that use technicals. So I don't have to actually waste too many trucks. But that's not for now because we don't have any. We don't actually have that many trucks, so this doesn't really matter to me right now. I'm all over the place today. Nice. Tungsten, please. Alright, I was looking at this. I don't know what to tell you, man. Could be, because, I mean, I'm not running any other Novovexila mod besides the main one and Global Conflict, so that might be it. Global Conflict. Normally I'd run, oh, well, I do have new countries and ideas, but that doesn't really affect battalions or anything like that. All it does is add stuff like new puppets like Puerto Rico and stuff like that and the Antarctic, if you were curious. It's a pretty good mod. Adds a little bit more to the map. But yeah, it's probably Global Conflict, which to me seems more like a nightly type of version of a global or Novovexila. That's not what I was trying to look at. See, when I get to talking, I start playing like an idiot. There we go. Iraq has a bunch of tanks. I don't. Afghanistan doesn't matter to me. The next one will be Kurdistan, but they're part of the US empire at the moment. Azerbaijan might be falling under... No, they're not. They're clear. These idiots might guarantee them at some point for being reactionary, so... These morons are not actually useful, so they're not going to be allying with anybody. And I'd like to keep peace with my fellow Islamic brothers. So I think the only threat would be Iraq, honestly. They have a bunch of tanks, a lot of heavy stuff. Let's see. Got some IFVs, BTRs, whatever you want to call them. Well, that's a lot of, what is that? Light mechanized, looks like. That's a lot for only 2 tank divisions. A lot of trucks, yeah. That's mountains. The Swiss are the most useless thing in the whole thing, or game. So let's keep going down this path, and then I'll start working on the army. Beautiful, beautiful military factories. Thank you, China. Appreciate it. Yeah, I think we can afford some of that. Because that's not it. It's also not it. Got some tungsten now, finally. Let's go ahead and pre-prepare that. We can do 3. I'm not gonna worry about this right now. I'm just glad we have the basics down, and then anything else I can start min-maxing or micromanaging some of the factory work. Dutch Archbisphoric leaves the European Union. That sounds mighty fundamentalist of them. Yes, please. Dutch Reformed Church. Interesting. Very interesting, actually. And look, finally, economy is going up. We are booming, almost. We're making Iran great again, finally. Not Trump's version, where he just bombs it and says, I'm just trying to make it better. That's normal, that always happens. Oh, we have one more of these, I guess. I don't want to take puppets. I think that's... Well, I gotta be selective with the puppets. Also, political power gain. The thing about puppets is they might make the game lag at some point, so... Enlightenment values. I mean, I'll take stability. What the hell is that? Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, man. I've always been running both mods. And it's been this way for like quite a while, actually. I'll check the list again, just in case. I don't know. Some civs. Finally. Some progress. Yep, and I timed it right. I don't know if it's like hard to fire an ADHD or some shit, but I should probably start working on some designs eventually. I mean, it's gonna be the same thing anyway. I'm not gonna make multiple technicals right now. I can't afford that. Oh man, Old World Blues was pretty fun to play at some point too. I think I played it like a year ago. I should probably get back to that. Maybe make a stream about that too. That was pretty fun. Some really good factions too, like some very extended universe type shit. Yeah, I got you, man. Swiss Protection League, useless. Next. Smoke launchers. Some soft attack in there. I mean, mostly I just want them to be some sort of, I guess, anti-tank support. I will use anti-tank, but if I'm going to be lacking in light tanks and BTRs, I want to at least have some compensation for that, and they're fast. But I don't want to take down reliability too much. I think that's a bit too much. I'll worry about this later. But for now, they're as fast as the average brigade that we have right now, so. And they have all this, but I don't think it actually matters. I haven't actually played around with that. Someday. I wish they'd expand a little bit more on what they have. You know? Like the helicopters, I think that's a very underutilized thing. But yeah. I think I played in Old World Blues mostly. First thing I played was the Enclave. On the east. Or no, the west. My bad. And I'll put this on the back burner for now. But, and then I went north. Towards Washington. The state, not the DC. Oh, autosave. That makes sense. Oh yeah, they're pretty bad. We're gonna be a rating thing. The Navy in this game makes me sick sometimes when I'm not a major with enough dockyards, so we're just gonna raid the hell out of everything with 1 billion submarines. I want to love the helicopters. They're just, yeah, they're useless. No range, basically, and like basic armament, unlike everything else. Not even, they haven't even given them like a 3D model yet, and it's been quite a while since they introduced helicopters. So, you know. And I would say the same thing for UAV. You know? They have really bad range, and that really hurts my soul. Well, I want to get some tank models in at some point, so gonna get some of the little technologies out of the way. You know, I haven't played the extended tech mod. I played a sub mod which extends the tech to Road to 56. That was it. I actually haven't played Hearts of Iron in a long time. It's more of a guilty pleasure that I just sink time into. It's one of those games where you can sink 1 billion hours into and not remember when you started. But yeah, speaking of support companies, I think stuff like the UAV and the helicopter, I only thought about it because it's cheaper, but it probably just makes sense. I mean, we're going to be stuck in the Middle East for a long, long time. And it's almost 2003 and the US is not going to break Iraq. If you look at the previous Hearts of Iron stream I did, it's really hard to play the US when it comes to Middle East invasions. Because again, they're going to be stuck in an eternal war with Al-Qaeda. Because they can't get there. And either it's a problem with me, or it's an update that they just haven't bothered to go back and look at or fix. I might as well. Get that out the way. Bush, my friend. You're going down the rhino path, aren't you? Yeah, you are. We've been going for an hour and a half. That's less time than I thought. You know, when I put them as random, I didn't think they'd actually go down the stage play route. I'd like to see some, like, libertarian stuff at some point at least. I've never actually seen anybody play that. And I've never played the libertarian before. Anything is better than, you know, Dumb and Dumber. They win yet? No. Wow, Spain is still useless, but they're actually making ground. I don't know, this track just makes me think of Superman for some damn reason. Every time I hear it. It's just so silly. Invite Russian companies, yes please. Rubber, right. Forgot about that. Let's get these out of the way and then I'll upgrade to the cage. Why not? I mean, at least they had the decency to give most countries, like, unique weapons and not just, like, a generic, modern equipment version, whatever, you know? Yeah, you're probably right with the militia. It's just very inconvenient for, I guess, in part roleplay and also, you know, stats. So yeah. Could be what they were going for is just, you know, modern day militaries aren't exactly just leg infantry like it would be about 100 years ago. But I digress. What was I gonna do? Nothing. Indonesia, the world leading power in rubber. I think this is fine as a... Should probably do that. We're making enough. One a day. About to hit the green on the trucks. I don't want to take anything off support equipment because that's the one thing you'll never have. At least in my case. I could always just buy more rifles if need be, so I don't really have to put too much on it for now. I think we're fine actually. Well, they're not actually selling that much, actually. The power killed your save? You don't have a quick save or anything? As you can see, it bothers me every, like, 10 minutes or so. Latvia, get the hell out of my face. India, I could care less, thank you. Oh my god. Wow, UNITA, they did it. But now they're stuck because they're idiots and they can't get past the Congo. I thought they fixed that where they could invite. Actually, well... yeah, they could. This isn't... there's no restriction, so they can still invite the Congo. But they don't do that because they're idiots. And whoever made the mod didn't actually think that through when they made the Spanish focus tree. I say whoever made the mod. Whoever made this European branches or the Spanish or the Latin branches or whatever. I talked about this earlier. When you divide different sections of something you're trying to create, you should at least make sure you're all on the same page, you know, so the quality stays the same. But in my humble opinion, it doesn't show in this mod all the time. And there's so much shit on my screen, I'm trying to yap. Alright. I'm gonna leave this out of the way. Yeah, sure. Get that route out of the way. It is unfortunate, though, not having any saves or losing it like that. Especially because of the time you consume in playing this. All the times you sink in. All the effort doing all this stuff. Well, ew, first of all. Second of all, Korea always devolves into anarchist every damn time I play random. I'm gonna worry about this later. I don't have any points for that. You said look at Germany. I like the mechanic of having a shared EU thing. I think that's pretty cool. It even shows you who did what. I think that's awesome that they did that. I don't know what base game stuff does that, though. I haven't actually seen it. Oh, well, I think what they show... Oh my god, this is broken as hell, actually. What the hell? And I mean the icons and everything. It's like, even the titles are broken. What is this? Stop. I can't... Oh my god, the focus tree maps is always bugging. So you want me to look at a... Democratic, or... Oh, they're both democratic. Oh, no, this is... Because it's all broken, it looks the same. It literally does the same. I didn't even look at that. So they never plan to, like, fix that, or... Did they lock it out? Because they didn't choose it. That's odd. I knew Germany was kind of broken because of the stuff they could get before. Like a ton of factories right away. Shit like that. But I didn't actually play it recently. I haven't touched it recently. I tend not to repeat countries sometimes, but it's sometimes fun to do a different ideology. Might as well start getting some headway on, you know, modernizing the Iranian technological think tank. You know what I mean? Uh-huh. This is a recent thing as well, where they gave everything a debuff now. Used to be only extensive, I think, would have like the major debuffs. Limited would be fine. But now it also has debuffs with all that, which sucks horrendously. It could just be one of the mods I'm using, which is the battalion limiter, but I don't think so. I would remember reading about that. Could just be me though. You should take a lot of the things I say about this stuff with a grain of salt. As far as like game mechanics go. Oh well, thanks. I knew it was bugging. But yeah, whoever made the battalion limit mod, they did some AI battle mod as well, and a bunch of other stuff like supply and whatnot. I'm using a bunch of his mods, and I don't remember the names, so sorry if I can't just tell you. Actually, I can actually still keep looking. I don't know why I closed it. And we're not doing too bad, actually. There goes the Twitch bot again. You know, for all the complaining, YouTube doesn't have bots, as far as I can tell. Well, not stream bots. Advertising shitty viewer buying apps. Yeah, I think you're probably right. I mean, I get in the sense what they try to do sometimes in the mod, but sometimes I don't, gameplay-wise. This is fine. I know we're trying to make Iran again, but this is still an Islamic, not native country. The word I'm trying to look for is, I don't know what the word I'm trying to look for. It's more, it's not like the same as having Islam in Europe or something like that. It's more condensed. It's more, tribal, in a way. So I think this makes more sense. Well, I do need capital and votes, so more people is fine. Local law enforcement, I forget about that, so yeah. The hell with those debuffs. I can actually start working on some of this stuff now. I don't really care about, I don't know any Iranian names. I'll think about it later. I'm gonna go turn on my fan because it's hot. Just enjoy the nothingness. Yeah, that pretty much Shia tribalism and the good Persian culture. People forget the Persian Empire was pretty good to a certain point, where a certain great commander just came in and said, "The hell with that." And then nobody remembers the Parthians or the what were the other ones? The Zoroastrianism dudes. I want to say Sassanids, but I mean I think that's a bit more after their time. I think this is fine. I don't care about air bases. Yeah, I'm thinking of the people before them around the time of the Mongols, or no, not the Mongols. About the time of Attila, I suppose. But then again, we're talking like 400 AD. What am I doing just messing about like an idiot? I feel like I get so sidetracked every time I start talking about random things. And then I guess you're right. I'm trying to, in my mind, differentiate that era and then the more Arabic era from around the 600s and onwards. Oh right, this got done. Gee, if only there was a game that took place around that nasty, cold, dark era of Attila and the collapse of the Roman empires. And if only that game wasn't Total War Attila and it was actually a good game. That'd be so great. Yeah, whatever, I'll put a naval guy in there. We'll need to worry about submarines eventually. Almost, but not enough. Yeah. Once we have a good stockpile, I can finally start worrying about divisions and whatnot. God damn. Every time. And I even turned off guarantees, so they're doing it on purpose. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Will there even be an Iraq invasion now? Not that they'll do anything. Not that I'll give them, you know, a chance to walk through either. So the US is gonna eat shit. Right. That's a bug right there. You usually see that when it's a bug, like texture or something like that. Yeah, Baghdad is fine. What an ominous soundtrack. Jesus. What do you have? Oil, rubber. Rubber. I feel like a lot of these research bonus stuffs are like pretty useless. Because by the time I get them, I already have the shit. So I don't really need the bonus. But, whatever. Right, Navy, Army, Air Force. Just do Army for now. We haven't actually looked at the doctrines. No, that's not it. Alright, let's see. Superior firepower. Maybe. Not Blitzkrieg. Every time I try to go down the guerrilla warfare stuff, it always bugs out, and I don't know if they fixed it or what, but it came to a point where I could not select any more either in this one or in this route. So I never took this path again, and I just kind of left it as a bugged thing. Right. So it's either superior or grand battle plan. Infiltration doesn't sound that bad, but then again, assault. I won't be using light mechanized or Amtracs, which we don't have, because only certain countries in this game actually get Amtracs by default. And then the rest just can't research it for some reason. But yeah, I think we're gonna go to infiltration. I don't think Iran is known for their grand firepower. Save up some political power. If I can click. There you go. Now we can start modernizing some of the weapons. I don't know what that is. Are they finally in the Congo? No. Is China going to invite me to the Shanghai Pact? Probably sometime soon. In these matches, random matches, China always ends up inviting Pakistan, Iran, and they always end up doing some weird stuff. Also, ew, but Pyongyang looks the same. They haven't had a civil war yet, surprisingly. He's still there. Putin is Putin. Was there something new? Yeah, multi-role. Wow. We have a lot, actually. No carriers, so naval stuff is useless. I'm not going to give it a name yet because I don't have any. I really hate the spy mechanics in this game. they're useful to a certain point. Now, do I want to just make one type of airplane or have multiple? Because I ain't got the factories for that. Interesting. How dare I not like Attila? Buddy, that was like half an hour ago that I said that. But, I mean, I like it. It's not as polished or as good as Rome 2. It also crashes more often. But I love playing it. I love the era as well. Oh, it's Gustav. Oh shit, I didn't even read the name. Well, hello there. Oh yeah, it's bad. I mean, I only play with one of the mods, Divida et Impera. Like, exclusively. But it's much a better experience than Attila. It's just more polished. Attila, no matter what I did, would crash at any point. Randomly. It's just weird. But if it had a bit more polish, a bit more optimization, it would be a pretty good game. It's just such a great era that's not very utilized. What am I looking at? Can't be picky about production cost. Yeah, I kind of read about that back then when I still played Rome 2. Again, that's why I play exclusively modded. Also for my historical accuracy's sake and, you know, more strategic options. Less arcadey. Especially in the way the company's going with every Total War now just being an arcadey type, you know, fantasy. That's just me. You know, I'm one of those people that enjoyed historical Total Wars. This could have been a Star Wars track. You could have fooled me with that little intro there, but anyway. You know, you're gonna make me want to go back and play Total War again. I think that'd be great for a new stream. Yeah, I get that. Last one I played was Attila, so you won't hear me disagreeing or anything. I'm like half reading, half thinking, and then half listening to the music like an idiot, so don't mind me. I feel like it's either TV or guided, or unguided, actually. I wish there was like a comparison option. I think Three Kingdoms is it's not for me. I really don't like Chinese mythology, but as far as like the billions of Three Kingdoms games that are all the same, I think the Total War game would be one of the best. And it's certainly much better than whatever they did with Thrones of Britannia or whatever the hell they did. Which is literally just playing in the UK. It felt like it could have been more of a DLC, in my opinion. Syrian-Iranian Cooperation Treaty. I'll look at that in a minute. Hmm. Oh yeah, I don't have any actual targeting stuff. Forgot about that. I mean, as a beginner, I think that's fine. It's just... can't be picky about construction costs, but at the same time, I need something to put out there. I could just use UAVs actually. Did I do that? Yeah, I did. Where there? Why is it gonna be such a big trade-off with the range? It's so bad. But I need some air. Something. Anything. I'll put that at the end so it's not taking up any new vectors. Let's see. I mean, Jesus Christ, this chat is hard to read because I have it so small. But yeah, at some point I do want to go back and play Total War stuff. It's just a hassle right now. Too many things on my plate. Oh, it's Al Assad. Yeah, it should reduce reliability. Anything but my range. Broken economy. Jesus, that track was making this so much more grandiose than it needs to be. Alright, Assad, you got it. Why not? Sure, 100. Wow! Thank you, mod creators, for giving me 100 trucks. That's enough for 1/2 of your default created divisions. Thank you. Appreciate it. Gotta get some of that intel. I like a little bit of intel with my intel. Wow, okay. There's something fundamentally broken about this game right now, and I can't quite picture it. I can afford to make the Twitch chat bigger. I do hope you're enjoying the Twitch experience at least. I think it's well, nobody's watching, so I don't think they're going to ban me for saying this, but it's a lesser experience than the YouTube one. Especially because YouTube has 2K rendering at 60 FPS. Meanwhile, my stream on Twitch only does until like 1080 or something like that. But semantics, nobody cares. 1,000 infantry orders and 2 free army equipment. Yeah, it's very, you know, unbalanced. I feel like they put more work in certain things. And again, like I said, they divide regions into different people making different trees, so it's like when you do that in a project and not everyone's on the same page, some things are going to be higher quality, some things are going to be lower quality. And that brings out the experience overall, in my opinion. Liberia, no one cares. But yeah, it's fine. I hope it's not hindering your enjoyment, at least. This is one of those relaxing streams where I just talk about whatever the hell and hopefully stay relevant with the current events. I know they have a ceasefire going on, but yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, Iran didn't strike first. But that's a discussion that I don't want to get I don't want to get one of those YouTube tags under my video where they start giving me like fact checks or whatever the hell. So I try to keep certain conversations vague. Did I not do that? There you go. Thought I did. What did India become? Nothing. It's Shadow Man. Wow, this is so stupid. That's even dumber. Well, I guess India is not... Well, yeah, I guess they are joining, actually. I didn't think that through. Unless they go for, like, the tiger attack or whatever the hell it's called. At least I can see it. Heir to Maoism. New Long March. Well, they can do whatever the hell they want to do. Okay, that's economics. They're not at war with Taiwan yet. Taiwan's not doing anything right now. That's the government. I don't see anything about Iran yet. It's probably this. They're not tiger hunting. Wow. Oh, they... Huh. I don't remember that. Interesting. Yeah, the Naxalites are stupid, I guess. I don't know why they added it. Indian local warlord. Because I can guarantee you nobody knows what the hell this is, to be honest. Right. This is just going to be a bunch of, like, research bonuses. I don't care about any of that. This looks useful, though. But I'll wait. It's not very important right now. Like, at all. Okay, let's start, you know, doing stuff now. It should have been time for the Iraqi invasion, actually. So, I guess we're not doing that. Unless it's in October and I just miscalculated. I thought it was in August. Could have sworn, but, you know. BB already? That's a surprise. The Cayman Islands. Nobody's selling weapons. Interesting. Yeah, it feels random sometimes, but it's... Well, it doesn't feel random sometimes. Sometimes it just do the same exact thing, and it's weird. Oh, I didn't think he was conservative. But speaking for so long, I'm losing it. Alright, French. Ew. Same thing. They never change. I have never seen a Spain be anything but this asshole right here. And I have never seen them not declare war on this stupid shithole right here. Right, great. I guess. I'll work on the tank as soon as I get the armor upgrade. But at least we have that. Sure. Hello, good evening. What are these pipes, dude? Again? We just heard that. Yeah, that's what I thought. Because they had the whole Muslim divide at some point. Well, about 100 years ago. Nah, we'll just focus on the UAV. Got about 100 technicals, pickups, trucks, Toyotas. I don't really care about anything here. Limited conscription, yeah, I can't do much about that. I want to reach at least 1 million at some point. Yes, we're Iran. We're making Iran great again. And there's nobody to stop me from invading Iraq. The problem is they have more than me, so... Iran is an actually strong country. It's not the one. Kurdistan is pretty shit. I think we'll just strike north, honestly. Who are they going to join? Nobody's a nationalist. Certainly not joining a Shanghai Pact. Oman. Don't care. I mean, I guess you could say that. The last one we played the US and it didn't really go that well. And that was in the peak of Palestine and Israel. I'm a little bit late on the trend, but we're here. The Kurdish issue. Yes, there is an issue. And that nobody cares about Kurdistan. Hezbollah, yes. Soon, but not yet. I would read that, but the powers that be might do something to my streams, so... I'll refrain from saying such things. The hell with Kurdistan. If they attack me, good. It's better than me attacking them. Yeah, I always looked at Iran. I thought it was interesting and base. I mean, it has its own stuff, but I just never played it. I played Afghanistan in World War II, but that's it. As far as the Middle East goes. We don't have any missiles yet, but I'll keep it in mind. For when we get the ballistic missiles. That? Well, I should have seen it coming, to be honest with you. I'm an idiot, but yeah, I'm a dumbass. I wasn't thinking straight. I was just gonna, you know, figured it was just gonna give me like the decision to turn them into an ally or something like that. You know, standard fare. I just forgot that if you say no, it's usually means war. But I'm an idiot. Let's see. We're all green, so we had a good run, actually. We're good for war. And it's Kurdistan. They're not going to do anything. And they're stupid. Whoa. Wow. Okay, look. If you're going to give them extra troops, then that's pretty fucking stupid. Imperial Iraq, Turkmen land. I don't think we have cores on that. Obviously, we have our land, but that's weird. Look, all I'm saying is, if you're gonna make it a strategy game or mod it, don't just give cheats to the AI. They already have enough. But can we get there in time at least? Let me get this out of the way. Buff up some of our infantry and whatnot. Let's see. Speak to the troops. You know, it hasn't been popping up. I don't know why. But I haven't gotten notifications for this stuff, the doctrines. I think that's weird. But, you know, whatever. Yeah. I mean, I can make it. Any of you selling planes? Because I haven't made any yet. 9? No, thank you. Do I still have some in the back burner? Yeah. Bring those back. Yeah, I don't want to die for them either. Do they even have planes? No. What am I even worrying about? Can I buy ships? That's another thing. They should add ships to the market. I think that's a very lucrative option they should do, because ship making in this game takes a billion years, and when you get to use them, there's no point. Oh, this isn't empty. This is Novum Vexillum. And I don't know. I'm running decent FPS. This game isn't super demanding, but it is slow sometimes. There you go. That's the button. And just in case, get some anti-air, I guess. All right. Step 1. Well, that's more than enough. Yeah, I read about that being a fork. Put everything in there, and obviously I don't want them to die right away. I want to sell them when I'm done. Yeah, that's fine. Do you guys? No. You're only anti-air. That's fine. Their military budget for a small country is so big. Cramped division. You know, the budget for Israel is big for a small country, no matter what the budget is for. To be honest with you. Legitimate or not. Okay, that's fine. I actually like micromanaging, multitasking the Air Force. Not so much the Navy. I think the Navy aspect of this game is one of the weakest, as far as, like, fun-wise. That's just me. Just get into place, please. There cannot be a billion Kurdistans or Kurds. Please. That's got to be an error. Yeah, I don't think I could manage like a bunch of economics. I think this is fine. The taxes and the economic growth and stuff like that. But managing stuff like GDP or like actual economies and materials and stuff. Maybe someday, but not this day. Yeah, they can't have that many troops. Come on. Show me a battle. Oh look, they're trash. Well, mostly. Can't look at them yet. Our only agent is in the brig, because the spy system in this game is garbage. But for Novum Vexillum, there's just economic growth, which is this, and that affects this right here, which is just a very basic, simple mechanic. And it's fine. You know? But I think we're good. We can just beat them on brute force. We're not actually losing anything just so far. Now, interesting, yeah, I love making ships and like managing all that, but to a certain point, it stops getting fun. And from a gameplay standpoint, I just try not to worry about naval in the end. Unless I already start out with a big navy. I just think it's really obnoxious. You have to wait a billion years just to have a ship that isn't like a patrol ship or a destroyer, you know? Submarines go out really quickly, actually, but that's a different thing. Thank you, autosave. If your game runs poorly, try just setting down all the settings. Video settings, graphic settings. Try getting some mods that lock down certain countries to not bog down the game processing. This game, by default, I think, has a thing where certain small countries are locked. Yeah, like this, performance saver. Really helps a ton. Turn off man the guns. I haven't thought about that. No, I like designing ships. I just don't like having to wait to actually have them out. And I'm going to micromanage quite a bit. Because I don't think we're making much headway in certain spots. Yeah, that's kind of dumb. Now goes the war. We're destroying stuff here. They've got the intel advantage. Nice. But we've got the everything else advantage. I just wish I could... I wish you could do something like dismiss or get rid of or like... What's the word? Disassociate? When you disavow an agent. So you can just like get a new one or something, please. I haven't actually done anything. I've been making submarines, but we do have some ships. I'm just going to make this into a defense patrol and focus on submarines. Finally, some experience for my peoples. And I do see that red, so I'm going to worry about that in a bit. Recovery. Engineer. Okay, I guess. Well, there's not many forts in here, so... Oh yeah, I didn't want to constrict the main view, the big view. So if you're watching on vertical, then it doesn't matter because I can always cover it up with anything else. The image doesn't fit in vertical anyway, so it's fine. Starting in 2015, I just started merging small countries after maxing on these focuses. Yeah, that works too, I suppose. Making like a big confederacy or coalition. Or do what some mods do and like delete them entirely from the game. I think that's too much, but it also works. Who's you? Wow, they're putting everything in this mountain or hill. That's not good. And we're doing pretty good, actually. Or not. Do they have anti-air? They shouldn't. Oh, I can see them now. All they have is infantry and medical. I think that's what it is. Yeah, that's all they have. They shouldn't be that strong. I was gonna start micromanaging. Just let my troops get in, you know, a little bit more organization or whatever. The thing that always messes me up, so I always end up playing aggressive anyway, so they ignore that. That's oil, which we have, and the supplies. That's not the button. You can see my icons are a little bugged, unfortunately. Supply. Let's see. I can afford to build a couple more, at least on the edges, because it seems like they're struggling quite a bit. Just connect that. There you go. And then if it push comes to shove, I'll make more. I think I went too far with that. I think that's all of them. Yeah. Oh. Go one more. Yeah, that's it. If I have to, I'll put a supply depot there, but it takes so long that I just don't think it's that worth it. We're losing planes somehow. I don't know what the hell they're losing them for. They don't have anti-air, so it's probably like accidents or something. They don't have any defenses against planes. Yeah, supply hubs take years to build sometimes. If you're not, you know, a major or something. Let's see. Weak points should be in the back, so I should focus on that. Is this... Yeah, they can strike there. They have enough space. And then we should be fine attacking here. As long as they don't come up, should be fine. They can probably strike here too. I can probably cut them off somehow. As long as they don't start moving troops back, reinforcing, then they should be... Well, I could just take the capital right away. They should be getting encircled. I'm not exactly General Patton here, but I do what I can with my tactics, you know? There you go, support Hezbollah. Something you don't actually need to hear every day in fear of getting, you know, raided. Okay, so I'll worry about that after the war. I kind of want to do other stuff. I'll save, yeah, political power because of that. Oh. Did you really think I was going to let you move? I got to keep the pressure in the back. Pause. You know, I've been seeing that. What does it mean when the icon for the battle turns into like a hexagon? Or pentagon, whatever it is. Yeah, we're currently winning. I don't see any difference. But it's something recent that I've been seeing when playing this game. Yeah, they keep having intel advantage. But they don't have any actual intel units. So they gotta have spies on me. Definitely. And if that's the case, then we might as well start upgrading. We haven't actually done that. And we're all green. We're winning all our battles. We're doing pretty good. Good. Yep, they're losing big time. They're dying. They're basically doing what the Israelis did to Palestine right now. Or back then, you know. Yeah, the puppet stuff could be better. It's sometimes good, it's sometimes not. Because there's some, like, when you... there's some random stuff, like when you invade... You're Japan and you invade Iraq, it turns into Japanese Iraq or something like that. But then again, there's no actual culture in this game, so it's kind of hard to gauge that kind of thing. Or, you know, change it. You know what I mean? Yep, all green, all good. I don't really care, to be honest with you, if this is a really long war, because who are they going to join? Russia? Russia doesn't even have a faction yet, so they're shit out of luck. And they're losing men like... Well, enough with the analogies. I don't want to get banned. Something happened here. Well, I'll give you that. Yeah, it'd be great to have, like, specific formables you can make not just whatever the system decides for whatever you're playing as. Maybe a revamp to puppets and formables and stuff like that, territories, whatever, would be pretty nice too. Nice. I just gotta get them to move into position. Doing pretty bad on the front up here, actually. What a defense. But I gotta keep the pressure on the top, so I can't exactly hold off for too long. Yeah, that also sucks. There's good mods, though, for giving people land. No, you don't. For giving puppets land and stuff like that. I don't have them, but they're really useful because it sucks how you make a puppet, but you can't give them anything. Right, I lowered the speed so I can do this. If it'll let me. At least connect the city while we're at it. And that was that, yeah. Gotta make sure we're actually doing stuff correctly. And now, you can eat shit. Because I'm running through all of Kurdistan. As I keep the pressure on all these morons here. They've gotta be running out of people by now. Yeah, just a little bit more. Is there any points on that? Like 8? I mean, getting that should be enough. I don't see their capital, if they have any. No, they don't have a new capital, I don't think. But yeah, it's fine if they start losing out here. As long as I can push somewhere and capture. Because they're about to lose. Well, anytime now. I can sit up. Oh yeah, it's over. Capture that, it's over. Oh yeah, it's over. Goodbye, Kurdistan. You're getting encircled again. Yep, have the rest move into position in case some of the lines fall through. You're not getting away. I don't know what you thought this was, but if Israel can do it to the entirety of this region, then so can I with this region. Oh. We also have that thing, the Iranian-Syrian Cooperation Treaty. Al-Assad, thankfully he's still there. Not some puppet. And Iraq's next, so I hope they're ready. Come on, hurry up. Oh, it's not what I wanted to look at. There we go. Improv. The Congo fell. Awesome. Good for them, I guess. Entrenchment speed. Oh, I can get both. Okay. Guerrilla fighter. I don't really care about these, but maybe. Sure. None of this yet. Don't care about that. As long as any of these cities falls, I think we win. I'll take that. Islamic militias, hell yeah. We're gonna have 1 billion humans by the end of this. Did we lose all our planes yet? Because I'm gonna sell them off after this. I don't want to lose any more. There you go. I'll be taking that. Thank you. Well, Kurdistan, you didn't last a single day. Or year. Okay, now I gotta move my chats because I actually can't see anything. The Sudan cancelled because I took land. Boohoo. Did they switch? Yeah, they did. No wonder. Damn. I'm losing. I'm losing Islamic brothers around the world right now. All right. Well, you can go back. This is one of the best additions to the game. Guarding borders. It saves me the trouble of making lines manually everywhere. So this is great. But do I want to strike Iran? I don't know. We're going to go for Turkmenistan again, like I said. Maybe not now, but soon. Get a bit more border to manage. Oh wow, we started losing trucks at the end there. That kind of sucks. Almost done with all the factories that I need for everything. And then we can start making some military factories. Like a lot. I can get rid of some of these because we have a lot. I keep saying that, but yeah, we do have a lot of stuff. Get some power on the market, at least. And nobody's selling much, unfortunately. Al Qaeda is selling trucks. Don't need that. What did I get? Right, something about Kurdistan. Where is that? Oh. Prospect for resources. Useless. Right. Oh wow, they did it. They invited half the Eastern Europe or the Balkans into the EU. Or was it NATO? I don't remember. I think it was the EU. Yes, sir, Putin. As you wish. Just reset my chats real quick just in case. You never know. When I do that, the Twitch chat disappears, but I can see new messages. I can't read the old ones. I gotta go back to the site for that. And like hell am I doing that, so... Okay. Kurdistan doesn't have anything. They lost all the decisions from that focus when I did that. So, Hezbollah is right here. Right here. Deal with the nationalists. Yes, we're going to turn them back to the one true faith in the game. The Africa Unification Wars. I think you can do that natively in this mod. Yeah, you can... Instead of, well, maybe I'm thinking of Road to 56, but there is a game option, maybe here, where you can make it into a entire coalition or unified confederacy or whatever. You can also do the same thing for Latin America. Again, it could be Road to 56, it could be vanilla game, I don't remember, but I know I've seen it in the game options somewhere. I haven't done it. I've seen it. I've also tried playing Ethiopia, and it was an experience, but it was doable. I'd like to play Italy again at some point and try to make the Holy Empire with the Pope. I think that'd be neat. Let's see. Might go for a coup. And yeah, to become a puppet. Oh, or as far as doing a giant coalition, I don't remember. I didn't get that far with Ethiopia. It's kind of hard, but not really. But it's tough. I can look at it again here, because I actually haven't touched Africa. I've played South Africa here in NV. I can check that out though. So yeah, the main goal is to just start puppeting TRRST cells around the world, like Hamas, Hezbollah, the Houthis. Again, we just heard this like an hour ago. I don't have any music packs. That's fine. I'm not wasting money on that shit. Well, let's just give them everything, I guess. All they need to do is be fundamentalist. So, yeah, save up. We're doing very good. This is a very good Iran. Federal Democratic Garbage Republic of Ethiopia. Wow, that's tiny. Not even the grace of having a generic tree. Even the generic is bigger than this. Mengistu, Abyssinia. Every time, dude. I'm losing my speech whenever I stream for more than an hour. Right. So, bringing back Hallie again. Befriend Jamaica. Yakub. Oh no, wait, that's a different meme. Eritrea, yeah, I mean, that seems like it'd be there's Pan-African communism. Can you imagine? Just seems so bare. Now that I look at it. Anyway, back to doing nothing, I guess. I think I've seen an African shit like that in Syria. I think Syria, what is it, Gaddafi? He does something where he can unify Africa as well. He never succeeds, but, you know, not that I'd want to fight an African coalition of random alliances and confederacies of little random warlords and illegitimate states. I would have to assume something like the Sudan, Morocco, Libya. I don't think Egypt, well, in the grand scheme of things, Egypt is not ethnically or culturally any of this. But I think in the grand scheme of things, they might also join a African alliance or Pan-African alliance. So yeah, I think South Africa would be one of the major hitters. Maybe not right now. I think they're probably dying of starvation right now, but back in the day, I think they would have done quite a bit. And I'm not too knowledgeable about modern day Middle Africa, to be honest with you. So I can't comment on that. I don't really have much to comment on things I don't know, so. Nice, Taiwan. Which NVIDIA CEO are they going to elect as president? You're still the same? Japan is still the same? Oh no, Yamasaki. Social liberal. And Korea is still disgusting as ever. Korea always devolves into this. It's so stupid. This is why I think sometimes, like the whole giving a storyline, like scripted events type focus tree to countries in this mod is stupid. Because there's no variety, because the AI doesn't really know what to do. Unless you specifically tell them to do so. It's like the US. Although it's not as extreme because there's no like scripted event storyline you have to follow. If you tell the US to be anything but a rhino or an idiot, they won't do it because they need less than 40% stability and the AI doesn't know how to do that. So in all my playthroughs of this mod, I have never seen a US that has done anything that isn't Dumb and Dumber or Idiot. Why is it that when I play games, I end up complaining about things? I don't do it on purpose. I guarantee you that. What a weird song. You're still fighting? Interesting. Any actual conflicts going on here? What the hell did I just see? Oh. I saw Ukraine and I kind of thought for a while, like, what the hell am I looking at? Finally. Some intelligence. Thank you. You guys aren't worth anything, so I can safely do this. Let's be honest, nobody's gonna help Turkmenistan, of all things. In like a year, I mean, I guess. If I don't do all of it, they won't give me enough points for all of it. Sometimes they do that, and it's really annoying. They only give you enough points for the exact things you asked for. Even if it's just you in the war. Even if it was a total, like, landslide win or something like that. It still sucks. How are we doing, my fellow Muslims? You are already fundamentalist. What the hell am I worrying about? What? This is Lebanon. Lebanon becomes Hezbollah. What am I thinking about? Okay, well, this makes more sense. Let's get this guy out of here, please. Now we play the waiting game again. I might continue this playthrough. I don't mind that. I've been going for about 3 hours. And it's only 2004, so... yeah, I think I'll do that. It's been quite a ride. I appreciate everybody stopping by. Really love playing Hearts of Iron like this. I gotta do it more often. I gotta find more stuff for the thumbnails for the next part, but whatever. I'll put this in between some of the retro game streams, so. In any case, as I usually say, until next time, again, appreciate everybody stopping by. Twitch, YouTube, Vertical, even not really, but whatever. Yeah, I mean, I'll get to work on the thumbnail. I really want to continue this session. This has been really great. Much better than the American playthrough. Much better than the other one I did before that. The Japanese one. Well, goodbye.